Hello, welcome back. So we had rain the last couple of days. It's now Wednesday, but that didn't stop us from finishing that wall. And as you've already spotted, we've been uncovering this area here because we noticed under the cement line there were these cobbled stones, and they're pretty good. So we wanted to get rid of all the soil. We've dumped that all off this morning, and now we're left with a little bit here, and we know what we're going to do, but I'm not going to go into it. Detlev is moving the roof tiles over there so we can get access underneath for this roof, and James has just lined up some string across those wooden beams and is about to cut them, so hopefully we can get those, or that metal across there, off and start to look at that brick wall as well. Let's see how we get on. There we go. Off. Okay. Straight line, which is good. So now, let's get that beam down. This is the big moment. Which way are we going? Towards us or?
Just down off and whatever.
It's not heavy. Nice. Wow, what a massive difference that has made. I'm now pointing the camera at my head height, and you can see we've got the whole hill in view now, and I only need to step 1 foot forward, and there we go. What does it look like? So much better. Really glad we did that. Unfortunately, we can't take down this stone column just yet because it's supporting this. So we just need to work out what we're going to do there to get it supported. And we do now have a couple of acros which are going to support along here, and then we can take this out.
That needs to go fractionally. And then we need to just sort of come out.
Right, should we see if we can get that off?
Some gripping on it just in case.
Ah, just sit. Okay, keep going your way, Detlev. Yep. Go back. See that stone right?
Need to get directions.
Okay, we're going to try and go in that direction, but we need to go there. Wiggle it, go that way and that way. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. There we go.
Alright, stop there. Put it on the wall. Put it on the wall. Mind your eyes, there. It's going to come. Aim it. shall we? Bloody hell. Hang on.
Andrew, if you go to your brother.
Yeah. You got it?
Oh, that was some effort. Well, that was incredibly heavy and really wedged in up in that gap there. But at least we got this part of the roof supported now. And of course, that leaves only one more thing. Detlev, do your thing. Well done. That came down way too easy. Wow. Right. Coffee.
Good job. Look at that.
Well done.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right, we're back from our coffee now. I'm so relieved that we pulled that column down and got rid of this concrete beam going across, because they were a little bit of an eyesore, and we're just going to replace one small one across here with wood. And I'm really glad that we've recessed this roof a little bit as well. It is going to get plenty of shade in the summer, but it's now really opened out this courtyard. And of course, you've got to go backwards sometimes before you go forward. So we cleared out all of the soil to reveal these stones down here, which is really good. But we're not going to make any final decisions on that until we got it all cleared out again. What should we do next? Stop, come back. Hello. 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 Come on in. Good boys. Good morning. So we got the beam up and we've made a bit of a mess. So I guess my first job really today is going to be to see if I can just clear up a little bit in here, because I don't want to trip over stuff. And then we're going to look at the roof and various other bits and pieces. I don't know what ordering at the moment. I'm going to play it by ear today. See how we get on. Wow, the contrast from Monday to today is incredible. I'm so hot, but I managed to stack up those bricks down there. They come in handy somewhere down the line for something, even if it's not here. But we've just been pondering around in this courtyard area, trying to work out what's the best thing and one of the quicker ways of doing it as well. So I've lined up these stones along there, and now I'm going to try and get a nice line at that height all the way across there, and then we'll backfill on that side and we'll concrete that in, because where I'm standing here now is lower down than up there. Okay, so this wall here that I was building, the idea is that we're going to backfill it with concrete and get a nice flat surface going across there. And I haven't built it like a normal stone wall where it's straight all the way along there. I've left it so that it goes in and it's jagged, because when the time the cement comes up, it's going to follow that path. And I think that's going to add a little bit of character. And also as well, as it stands at the moment, the actual floor line is going to be about here on the side I'm standing. So this will be just one simple step up. Everything here is going to be backfilled from across there all the way down this way, because it is a slight gradient at the moment and we want to make sure we keep it as flat as possible. But now that we've done this and we can see a lot more of it, especially with all the bricks out of the way, and it really has opened out this courtyard, we decided now we're just going to get rid of all of the blocks and the bricks and as much as we can from in here, just remove it all, so we got a much better idea as to how we're going to do this area. We're always tripping over things as well, but of course because it's quite a small courtyard, we're only able to move things from one side to the other, and these tiles are now going to get to a point where we need to start doing something, because we're moving them 3 times so far and we want to get this roof sorted out. So that'll probably be the next thing, but I'm going to stop for now because it's later in the afternoon. But before I disappear, let's go and have a look and see what James is doing at the front of the house, because he's been tinkering with the windows. So when the guys were here before, they put this plastic trimming, which James is taking off, down these windows, and when we stood back here they weren't square, so we moved them on, and now James has created a base here for the ledge that's going to sit on there, and he's just cut these so they're nice and straight and given that a better curve as well. Still got a little bit of plane to do with there, but he's also done the door as well, so that is now looking a lot better. We're slowly, bit by bit, getting there. Right, I'll see you in the morning. Oh, I want one. Good morning. So it's Friday, and as you know, the guys are coming tomorrow to hopefully put the rings down into the well, but I need to pump that water out. I now have a more powerful pump, so I'm hoping it's not going to take as long, but I need to go and get some pipe, make sure that it will reach to the holding tank and then the generator, and see how we get on. This is going to be fun, at least if nothing else, seeing it emptied out again. So yeah, hopefully it won't take as long anyway. Here we go. So I've just popped back to get the generator, and James has put the ledges in, which I think is starting to make a difference. Good job. So I'm just about to set up and get this all pumped out. I think I've got everything I need now, but while I was up at the house, I spotted on the road coming past was a truck with the 9 rings on them. So I don't know whether they're going to be here in a minute or whether they've passed on by, but they're here. But I don't think they're due to do it until tomorrow, because they can't do anything until this is pumped out, so I better hurry up. Wow, just in the time that it took me to walk from the well to over here, I can really see the difference between that pump and my one. It is really coming out quick, which is good news, because the other one took around about somewhere between 5 and 7 hours in total. And I think this one's going to do it in a fraction of the time. Now, I do have a little leak I've spotted, but I'm not that concerned, because this is a test as much as anything else. Once we've got as much water in there as we need, I'll then feed it down into that little stream. I can then come back and fix any of the little problems that we have here. But really, I had no idea whether this tank was going to be able to support the weight of that water, because it is kind of old. I've only dealt with the inside of it up to now, because my plan is, if it structurally is good, then I'm going to go back to the well and put that stone wall around it. But I'm going to also do the same on here as well, because I think that's going to unite them a little bit and look quite nice, and that will add a little bit of strength to it as well. But we need to test it anyway, so let's go and check out the water line. I'm really stunned by that pump, and it just reminds me that I am on a big piece of land and I'm living a very different life to the one I was before, and I've got to get it out of my system when I'm buying things, to make sure that I don't just buy things that are for DIYers or for weekend use. That pump that I bought wasn't a bad pump if you're using it the odd job here or there at weekends, but this pump here has just dropped down now at least half a metre in under 10 minutes, and my pump that same distance would have taken well over an hour. And of course I'm using fuel as well, so it just goes to show, pay a little bit more, get the better materials, better tools, and you'll have a much better experience with it, because waiting 6-7 hours for that to empty out isn't much fun. Uh-oh, I've left it for, what, 15 minutes, so we're getting to overflow. Better deal with that. I think it's done. Wow. So it is now, that's taken 1 hour and 5 minutes to do what my pump would have taken, to be honest, because it was much higher now than it was before, at least 6 or 7 hours, I think. That is just incredible. And I'm going to say it one last time, because I know I've just mentioned it. It just goes to show, doesn't it, when you get the right pumps and whatever you're buying, when you're on a grander scale like this, you really do need to invest a little bit in the right equipment. I don't actually own that pump, but I think now, looking at how that performed, I'm going to save myself on fuel for the generator over a course of time. So it's much worth me investing in something that's going to be a little more powerful, I guess. So I'm really impressed with that. And that holding tank, I've gone right up as far as I need to, because I just want to test it at this point. I don't think it's ever going to go as high as that, ever that I'm going to need to go as high as that. But I just wanted to test it, see how much water it contains. And as you saw, the pump did fly out. So, or the pipe did fly out. And there was probably another 5 minutes worth of water coming out. So this tank pretty much holds a full load of the well. And my well isn't going to have as much water in it as that one because I'm going for smaller rings. But I know that I'm never going to ever empty the well out at any given one point. So that is reassuring now, going for the slightly smaller rings, because if I can get just enough in here and top it up, because we know that it fills up within a day or so. So that's really good. Anyway, that's that sorted. Very pleased. Definitely getting deja vu down here, but it's good to be back. So I'm very pleased at this point that I'm not taking the bricks out and re-bricking it, because that would have been a real pain in the butt. You can see now where water is trickling in right in the middle of the camera and down there as well. So that's obviously somewhere when we put the rings in we need to make sure we don't block it. But I've still got probably another 2 runs of the ladder down into that hole there. So the rest of it is all just the stuff that fell back in. Not as much as I thought there was going to be, in all fairness. So the good thing is now that pump's done it really quick. We know the water's going to fill up overnight, and it's going to be interesting to see just how quickly that level goes up again. But also, on the good note, when the guys do turn up, if there is a little bit of water in and we haven't got it pumped out by that point, because I don't know what time they're coming, then we know it's going to be really quick. So that is how I'm going to leave it with that until tomorrow. But tomorrow the well will be in another video, the next video. So I'm going to end this one now. I've got to go back to the village house. I've got to clear out that courtyard so we're not tripping over stuff. Got it nice and ready for us to continue with that roof in there. And also as well, I want to pop up onto the house roof, because we've got to work out the ordering of how we're going to do this, because we have all the materials. So until next week, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to go in the about section. And just so you know, I did actually put buy me a coffee in the last video. I said it, but I didn't upload it into the about section. It should be there now. So thank you all so much. As always, look after yourself, stay happy, and I'll see you in the next video. 62.